Hello everybody, this is Sid from Tech 101 and I'm here today with a video review of the Sony MDR-NC60 noise cancelling headphones. Now these headphones retail for $199.99 US, but you can find them for a cheaper price on Amazon.com for $114.88 US. So you save around $85.11. So let's get started with the review. So what you're going to get when you open the box is a carrying case, which is not a hard case, but it is not a soft case either. It has a cardboard inlay inside of this leather covering, and it's pretty flexible, but it's very sturdy to protect your headphones. You also get the actual headphones themselves. You get a 1.5 meter cord, which has two 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks at each end, one to plug into the headphone and one to plug into the your music player. Also, in this little pouch, you get a airline adapter, you get a battery, and you also get a 1/4-inch adapter, which I do not have on me, but you get those as well. Now, these headphones have a premium over-the-head design, which means that they go completely over your head and they cover your ears entirely, which means that these ear cups have a lot of room and a lot of real estate for your ear to fit in here. Don't worry, I have big ears, so no matter how big your ears actually are, they will fit your ear will fit in here. So, and also it creates a very good, very nice seal, which passively isolates a lot of noise without you having to turn on the actual noise cancellation switch. Now, let's go over the actual look of these headphones. On the front here, you have a nice finish. It looks like wood-ish, but it's metal. You have this Sony logo here with a silver bezel. You have this glossy finish around the ear cup, which is a fingerprint magnet, by the way. On the bottom, you have the eject switch for the battery compartment. You have the noise cancellation on and off switch. You have a monitor button, which allows you to, if you hold this button while noise cancellation is on and music is running, if you hold this button, it shuts off noise cancellation and it shuts off your music, so you can hear what's outside without taking off your headphones, which is a nice feature. It has the headphone port in here, the 3.5 millimeter cord, which is included. These ear cups do swivel, so for easy storage, and they're completely adjustable to any size head on both sides, and it has a completely padded headband at the top. But what I really like about the design of these headphones is that on the side here, where you have the adjustable headband, each one is numbered from 1 to 10, which allows you to remember at what you set it. So if someone else wears your headphones and they have a completely different size head as you, you can remember what you set it at, so you can just go boop and pop it right back to where it was. One minor thing that I would like to mention about the design of these headphones is that when you wear them for long periods of time, they will hurt your head, and not the top, but the side of your ear. Any side of the ear that you have your headphones on, obviously you will have them on top of your head, but on both sides of the ear, when you wear them for long periods of time, this part around your ear where the ear cup is pushing on, they will start to get numb, and they will not feel so comfortable after half an hour to an hour. So these headphones are not good for long listening sessions, but they are pretty comfortable once you first put them on if you're going to take them off in a couple of minutes. But other than that, there's no complaint on the design. These headphones have two 40 millimeter closed dome type dynamic drivers. They also have a frequency response of 14 to 22,000 hertz, which is not that bad, but not that great either. It has an impedance of 40 ohms at 1 kilohertz when on, and 100 ohms when 1 kilohertz at 1 kilohertz when off. So they do suck up a little bit more power if they're off. You can still listen to music when they're off, but I don't know why you would want to. It has a sensitivity of 102 decibels when on and 100 decibels when off. These headphones sound quality, in terms of sound quality, these headphones are pretty okay. They reproduce bass and treble rather well. If you listen to rap, hip-hop, electronica, techno, anything with a heavy bass, you'll be pleased with wearing with these headphones. And also if you listen to a lot of classical, like piano, orchestral, all that stuff, you'll be pleased too, because those have rarely any mids and a little bit of bass, but mostly it's in the treble area, and these reproduce treble extremely well. I was very pleased at the ability to reproduce the New York Philharmonic Orchestra when they were playing the Vivaldi Four Seasons. I have an album on my iPod. These headphones reproduce that very well. You can hear the conductor breathe before he starts to conduct the entire orchestra. So they're pretty good in terms of treble response. Bass response is also very nice. If you have a pretty bass heavy song, they do start to get a little muddy if you have an extremely bass heavy song like Boom Boom Pow by Black Eyed Peas. I tried that. If you have it up on the volume a little bit, they do start to get a little muddy and they start to drone out more of the trebles and you only hear the bass, which is a little bit of a bad thing, but they have a pretty good bass response. So, but there's no mids. Like, the mids response is not that great. I mean, if you listen to a lot of rock and if you listen to real music, sorry, if you listen to rock and anything in that area, country, anything like that, you will not be as pleased because the trebles and the bass will be a little bit too far apart on the scale, and anything in between will be completely abolished. So I recommend these headphones to the casual listener of popular music, which I don't really think is music, but like if you listen to anywhere from rap to hip-hop or even classical, I suggest you buy these headphones. One downside to the sound quality of these headphones is that at high volumes they do distort a lot, and I mean a lot. They will distort. Even if they don't seem like they're distorting, they will distort. I have my iPod plugged in, not now, but when I do have my iPod plugged in and I am listening to, let's say, 30-7 by August Burns Red. They're my favorite band. I put them on. I put the volume at 3 below full on my iPod, and what happens is that it doesn't sound like it's distorting. But when I have them on my head, they're at this, they're like this. But when I take it off my head and hold it right outside of my ears, you'll hear a lot of distortion. And I mean a lot of distortion. You won't be able to hear the vocals, nor will you be able to hear the drums, or the only thing you'll be able to hear is the bass or the guitar. So they do distort. And even when they're at extremely high volumes, if you put it on full blast on your iPod, even when you have them on your head, you will be able to notice when they distort. So what I'm trying to say is that these headphones don't go very loud, and when they do try to get loud, they distort. So if you don't like loud volume, I don't know why you would want to have loud volume because these are noise-canceling headphones, but some people do like that extra oomph, so these headphones don't get very loud. But if you don't want loud headphones, I suggest you do get these headphones because they are very good at reproducing sound when they are at a lower volume. The battery life on these headphones are pretty decent. With the included manganese battery, you get 15 hours of continuous music listening with noise cancellation on. But if you have an alkaline battery installed after the manganese battery goes out, or you just don't want to use the battery that's included and you just switch it out anyway, if you have an alkaline battery installed, you'll get double that amount, which is 30 hours of music listening when noise cancellation is on. So depending on what battery you use, you get different amounts of listening time. Now obviously you want to know the main thing about these headphones, which is the noise cancellation, and which is what they're marketed as. The noise cancellation on these headphones, I have to say, is pretty decent. They cancel out 93.7% of noise, which is 12 decibels at 200 hertz. But unlike their predecessor, which is a Sony MDR-NC60, they cancel out 99% of noise, which is 20 decibels at 250 hertz. But they have this artificial intelligence capability, which measures and outputs a cancellation frequency that is equivalent to the amount of noise that's going into the ear cups and resonating inside. But unlike these headphones, they cancel out a standard amount of noise regardless of how much noise is getting through the ear cups or how much little noise is getting through the ear cups. So in ways they're good, in ways they're bad. But they do cancel out noise very well. I mean, I've tried them in a various amount of places with a various amount of noise levels, and they have come through in terms of noise cancellation. One thing I do have to note in terms of a bad or a con in noise cancellation is that what happens is if you have noise cancellation turned on, let's say, if you have noise cancellation turned on and you're in a bumpy environment, such as a bus or a train, or you're just walking and you happen to stomp your foot, the diaphragm of the speaker will displace. And what I mean by that is, I can't really explain it, but what happens is if you're listening to a song and it goes da 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 da, right? In between whatever you're listening to, wherever it is, wherever you stomp or wherever it bumps or shakes the headphones, you'll hear a little thump and a break in your music, which basically means that the diaphragm of the speaker is displacing. So when you're on a bus, there are a lot of bumps, or a train, there are a lot of bumps and a lot of shaky movements going on, which make you shake these headphones and displace the diaphragm. So I had that one big complaint. I mean, I don't think these are just the headphones that do it, because I had another pair of noise cancelling headphones, which were the Panasonic RP-HC700s, which had the same similar issue. So I just think it's that noise cancelling headphones issue, which most headphone manufacturers haven't been able to get rid of. But that's one big problem I had with the noise cancellation in these headphones. Alright, so to recap on whatever has been said in this review, I have a couple pros, which is decent sound quality and good design with good noise cancellation capability. But a couple of cons would be that when you're wearing the headphones, they do start to hurt your head and they start to numb your head a little. And also, if you're in a bumpy environment and you have noise cancellation turned on, they do start to displace the diaphragm of the speaker, which is a little bit of a problem for me. So that's basically it. This has been Sid from Tech 101, and I'll see you in the next review. See ya.